Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there is a scheme by leaders, especially from Mount Kenya region, to make sure that President William Ruto is not getting a single vote from the mountain. And to achieve that, these leaders are using the mistakes committed by the government in order to achieve their intention. There's the issue of how Mount Kenya people are being treated at a time when we have a protest in this country. And so yesterday, through a press conference, the DCP Secretary General, Senator Methu, explained how Kikuyus are being framed ahead of the 2027 general election. In fact, they are trying to invoke the issue of 2007 post-election violence. The blame is now going to CS for Interior, Kipchumba Murkomen. That Kipchumba Murkomen has been assigned a responsibility to deal with the gamer community. You know the issue, the discussion about 41 against 1. That narrative is back. That whenever there is a protest in Mount Kenya region, as of late, government-sponsored goons are always assigned to go and cause mayhem, then frame it on the peaceful protesters from Mount Kenya region. Arrest the youth, then keep them in remand. So, with all this, it is becoming very hard for people in Mount Kenya region to express themselves anytime they think to do so. And this statement goes to the president and Kipchumba Murkomen. But above all, in my thinking, the statement is not meant for Ruto and Kipchumba. This statement is meant for the Kikuyu people, or I can say the gamer community. There is something Gachagwa side want to achieve, and they are already putting a plan on how they will work on it to achieve the intention. So the message in this presser is for Kikuyu, or let me say the gamer community.
Attracting international interests. Are you aware that the US Safe House Foreign Affairs Committee has urged the USA government to take Americans home for treatment and not dump them in foreign countries? We join the people of Kenya, the health professionals, in saying no to this Ebola facility in Nanyuki or elsewhere within the territory of the Republic of Kenya. Kenyans' interest must come first, Mr. President. On the second issue, like all other Kenyans, we are greatly alarmed by the targeted, well-oiled ethnic profiling of the people of the Mount Kenya community. This leaves us with no choice but to tell the people that they are under siege from the man they voted for as president, Mr. William Ruto. Apart from denying them development, maiming and killing their children, issuing shoot-to-kill orders, the president has now orchestrated a 41 versus 1 narrative to sever the people of the Mount Kenya region. In particular, the Kikuyu, Embu, Meru, and Tharaka communities. From the outset, we want it to be publicly known that any violence, destruction of property, and loss of life in Mount Kenya region is state-sponsored. The chief financier of this scheme is the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Mr. Kipchumba Murkomen, and the PS for Interior, Mr. Raymond Omolo. Well, the executor is one, Mr. Moses Kuria. We want to remind Mr. William Ruto a simple story of the former president of Liberia, Mr. Charles Taylor. He is still serving a 50-year jail term in a British prison following his involvement in civil war in Sierra Leone for crimes against humanity, including murder, rape, among others. To Mr. Moses Kuria, Mr. Kipchumba Murkomen, Mr. Omar Hassan, Mr. Raymond Omolo, be reminded of Rwanda's Felicien Kabuga. Kenyans have not forgotten the 2007-2008 post-election violence. Mr. William Ruto, the then Eldoret North MP, crafted a 41 versus 1 narrative to isolate the people of the Mount Kenya region. We remember that over 1,300 Kenyans lost their lives. Hundreds of thousands of Kenyans lost their property and homes. Some Kenyans are still in IDP camps 20 years later. Mr. William Ruto and the UDA Secretary General, Mr. Omar Hassan, a notorious hate monger and tribal terrorist, have a better story to tell. We do not know what bitter obsession the two leaders have with the people of the Mount Kenya region. 20 years later, we know that Mr. William Ruto is more vicious, is more bold, is more brutal, is more bitter, is less caring, is too bloodthirsty, is well networked, is more resourced, is better experienced to cause electoral violence and state-sponsored violence and terrorism. This is just to subvert the will of the people and rule by the iron fist in the 2027 elections. Mr. William Ruto, we want to advise you and your warmongers that Kenyans are more superior and more enlightened. The world is more alert, and ICC is closer to you than ever before. The world must watch the brewing state-sponsored violence and culture of goonism in Kenya, courtesy of Mr. William Ruto and his mafia. He is more emboldened by the fact that his former lawyer, Mr. Karim Khan, is the chief prosecutor at ICC. 2027 is not 2007. 2027 is not 2007. And neither is 2007 2027. This profiling, tribal and ethnic incursion, and smear campaign will not be tolerated. The people of the Mount Kenya region are free to live anywhere in this country and do business with others. Fellow Kenyans, we want to take you back to the Gen Z protests of the year 2024 and the year 2025 and the subsequent Sabasaba Day protests. Hundreds of our young people were killed by this regime. We have buried some and others have never been seen. We have not forgotten. Other young people were pushed through the courts of law under terrorism charges, but they were later released because these were trumped up charges by the government of Mr. William Ruto. We know that the peaceful protests in the Mount Kenya region specifically were infiltrated by state-sponsored militia under police protection. These goons viciously attacked and torched national government offices in North Kalau, and at least 7 county government vehicles were torched. The identities of these goons were given to the DCI, and to date, not a single arrest has been done. However, innocent young people were apprehended and forced to record false statements to implicate the area Senator John Methu, myself. Fortunately, these statements could not make a case when the government learned that the days before and after the mayhem, the senator was out of the country on official duty.
Now, I want us to conclude this discussion, but before we do that, I have a quick and humble request. For those who are watching the channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, the intention with the Gachagwa side, yes, there could be some truth in what they are saying. And it is not only for Mount Kenya region, anywhere. If it is Nairobi when there is serious protest, you know how government normally behave. They will sponsor goons. These goons will go and storm supermarkets, burn down vehicles, then put a blame on those who are just protesting. But if you do a follow-up, you discover the protest was peaceful until it was infiltrated by goons. So this is not just for Mount Kenya, it is for everywhere. Hata huku Western ukiwa na maandamano, tuliona people being ferried, motorbikes being fueled. Then they go to the road and trump up for the two-term slogans during a protest against serious issues. So it's everywhere. But Gachagwa is using this to his advantage to make the Kikuyu or Ogema community to see the problem in this government. That they can now conclude they are being singled out and targeted. And so if the discussion about 41 against 1 is back, so hizi communities zimekuwa mingi, sijui tuko 45 ama ni 40 what. So against 1. The 207 is now back. Kikuyus understand what they went through, and it is not only Kikuyu. Many people suffered, though those Kikuyus in Rift Valley suffered the most. We remember how people were burned in the church, even the young kid coming out, being thrown back to the fire and all that. That is the spirit that Gachagwa and his team are trying to invoke. And if a gamer will get this information in their heads, how do you expect them to cast their ballot in 2027? How do you expect them? Will they vote for Ruto? I don't know. And I would want to read your comments. So please let us know in the comment section to continue with our discussion. Thank you.